Sketchcraft. Shopsketchcraft.com. Shopsketchcraft.com. Brandon. Hello.
That's me.
Oh,
Hi.
there you go. Hey. I bet right now, as I was calling out your name into the ether, you were at shopsketchcraft.com. Am I
That's
right?
exactly where I was. I
Oh.
was trying to check out, but you interrupted me. That's why I was so lost in trance.
I'm so smart. I'm gonna treat myself with a sip of iced coffee, funded by your and all you people, all you bots out there, funded by all your purchases at shopsketchcraft.com. Now, I want to make this quick because I actually don't have a lot of time. I have plenty of time. I just don't want to spend a lot of time on this. But I want to say this. If you go to shopsketchcraft.com and you don't find something that you want to get, or I'm completely out of stuff, which, it happens, right, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Amazon, I don't have Bezos's money, but what you can do if you can't buy anything because you don't have money, or I don't have stuff, or you don't like nothing on there because you're like, that ain't my jam. What you can do is like and comment below, or if you're on iTunes, go to sketchcraftlive.com. That takes you right to the YouTube page. Guess what? Or sketchcraft.net also takes you right to the main YouTube page. You can go right in there and you can like and comment below, and you can pay me in internet dollars. Isn't that great, Brandon?
Woo. That is
Yeah.
so great.
You know what the conversion? You know how many internet dollars I have to make to get a cup of coffee?
No.
I can buy 2 a year. I'm drinking one right now. All right, everybody, let's get on with the show. Let me adjust focus here for a second. Brandon, you can chime in.
Hey, everybody. I'm getting over being sick or currently sick, so sorry if I sound all straggly.
There we go. Got that working. Sometimes it offsets my, what do you call that? Settings? It resets my settings. So it's good times. Good times. So I gotta come back here really quickly and adjust. For no reason it sets my settings. I don't know why. It just goes, hey, you know that shit you did? Nope.
See you later.
Hope you remember. All right. Apply. There we go. Hey, what's up, Hector? All right, so. Oh, busy time. So, what the hell was I doing with this? It's been a while. Yeah, so Brandon, we'll have to talk about this on the next weekly podcast, but Brandon got sick and decided to do a 5K. And on the last podcast, I had joked that
I was going to die.
I told you joked you were going to die, and then I said stop making veiled threats about dying, and then you almost actually died. So the one time you listened to me. Thanks, Brandon.
Right. At least, I'll try to be more consistent. Yeah.
Let's see, let's grab this. And this. I have to remember here some of this. Let's start with this glove because it's been a while. See, he didn't even run, he just walked. But what I tried to tell him was because, he's had surgery.
I jogged about.
You were stupid enough to. You told me you were going to jog.
No, I didn't run. Like when I say jog, I meant just like the little tippy toe pace.
You
I
told me
held my arm.
you held your arm.
Right, I did. When I say jog, I mean for like 30 seconds downhill.
Stupid.
No, it was mostly walking. We walked it in like 53 minutes or so, 3 miles. So it's like 17 minutes a mile just walking it. Yeah, I wasn't jogging or running.
Yeah. I told you not to exert yourself. Your body's still trying to heal. And then you surround yourself with a bunch of people sweating and coughing and doing God knows what.
I should just listen to you and Armando. You guys have all the answers.
No, you should
Hey,
mostly just listen
Armando.
to me. When it comes to horror movie recommendations, then you listen to Armando.
Yes, Armando, I go to the gym. I also go to every 2 weeks to physical therapy to get
I told you to stop with the
tortured.
gym and just do your physical therapy and recover.
Well, when I go to the gym, it's like it's like physical therapy. I'm just doing like rope stretches and things like that that I need to do on my own for range of motion. So it's things that my little brother is he's got a degree in physical therapy and stuff, and so he has me go and he has like a whole list of things for range of motions to get my arm back into work. And when I go see him every 2 weeks, he does like he has to massage it with lotion, and then he has to like put a towel under it and bend it really hard and do all these things that suck, but they're going to help in the long run when I get older. So, well, I'll never learn, ever, never, Chad, never. If I'm consistent about anything, it's not learning from Rob.
It's about being inconsistent.
So yeah, I was around 3 different sets of people on Saturday, so it could have been the 5K, it could have been the football draft, or it could have been going to my brother's house. He's got a kid. Kids are cesspools of germs.
You should just be staying home and recuperating as much as possible.
Right.
Brandon wants to pretend like Brandon is normal. Right? Brandon is normal.
Always.
Oh, they've been supposed to announcing that Mario Kart game. The mobile one. They said they were initially going to have some stuff on the actual Mario Kart game being made for the Switch.
Another one?
Well, the one that's on there is just a port of the Wii U one with extra
Right.
stuff. But yeah, they're making one actually for.
Great, so I gotta buy another one.
How many copies of Madden you own?
Shut your mouth.
Uh-huh.
This last Madden might be the last one. Man, it's so garbage.
See? You keep buying garbage versions. At least when they put out a Mario Kart, it's worth owning, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean I'll get it.
Oh, Chad's been hurting his head. So the last time you did this Sky Robertson practice, Brandon?
So let's focus on Chad today. So Chad says I bought the Scott Ryerson book on how to draw and sketching objects.
Interesting deflection.
I've been busy with other
Fantasy
adventures.
draft.
No, that only took
Hanging
like
out
2
with
hours of my life.
Yeah, well, it only takes you about an hour or two of this too. Madden, Rainbow
I
Six.
got I got off the bed for this.
Yes.
Chad said his book is awesome about Scott Robertson. And Armando says things I want to see on the Direct: a new Mario Kart, a Switch online virtual console, question mark, Mario Maker for the Switch, and Spyro for the Switch, please.
Yeah, they're not going to announce any virtual console stuff. They just have to launch. They're launching their online thing. They're just going to start with that, and those NES games have multiplayer on there. That's all.
Your the Mario Maker, you had that on what, 3DS?
Wii U.
Ah, Wii U. Okay.
There's a 3DS version, but I have the Wii U version.
Yeah. Animation Sensation says hello.
Hello. Yeah.
And as everyone can see here, Rob is working on Knuckles. Is that like a grayish blue you're putting down?
Yeah, it's a light, what's it called? Sky blue. You can always go darker just by either pressing a little harder or by holding it closer to the tip or by going another shade darker. So I try to start with something a little faint, especially on these like gloves that are supposed to be white, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you right now, there's going to be a version of this color pencil I do where it's mostly white with just like all shade in area and just color in the like you see here. Like he's got these. I would do somewhere where there's shade, but that shade will just be the color, and I want to leave a lot open, like you know, like that anime art that does that. You know, we'll do like that like that the Capcom artist I showed you back in the day does like a lot of the white. And it's just like so, just so I can do more of these and speed up the commission process. You know.
Right.
So this fully rendered, fully three-dimensional thing here, either I'll have to do something that's kind of like halfway. But if it means I can produce more, then hey, everyone wins. So it's just learning what is enough, what's too much. You know.
Finding true balance in the art universe.
How to draw Zelda.
Does it say in there whether or not to draw him with a bent sword or a straight sword?
Oh, look at the shade. Brandon's slinging some shade.
I'm grumpy. I'm grumpy cat today.
You can have that one, Brandon.
Yay!
I fixed that fucking shit, so I don't get it.
Did you use any Copics on this one, or is it all color pencils?
All
I forget.
color pencil.
Okay.
There's some ballpoint pen, but
Right. The zebras.
mm-hmm.
I can't remember the last time I seen you coloring with markers.
You won't see much of it. Not that interested. That's not.
Did that Spider-Man game come out already, or is it coming out
Sometime
this?
this week. I told you I'm waiting for the year edition. It's gonna do quite well. So I got Dragon Quest to play, and I'm good for the year.
Removing the veil says, "Hello, amigos."
Hey, what's up, dude? They did a cell shaded costume too. Looks pretty dope. It has a comic booky look to it. It's funny because he's cell shaded, but the entire world like realistic. It's pretty cool though. The Ben Riley one was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicholas is a great artist, man. You know, they had him, they had Nico, a lot of people, but a lot of the art they've been sharing is Nicholas's, so it's good to see him getting some fucking props. They had a bunch of people, man. It's funny when you see the art produced for something and then you see what they show, you realize how much of it they never, ever show.
Right. Just like movie concept art and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you see all these crazy ideas and then it all gets toned down.
Well, it was explained to me once from a buddy of mine who worked at Lucasfilm,
Uh,
who did all the initial concepts for Grievous, right? Which, by the way, when he did, there was no coughing, or it was this like really cool, like Boba Fett kind of design. And he's like, yeah, like he's like, he told me like one of the reasons why they just don't show a lot of the stuff is because they don't want people getting mad that that wasn't what they got. I was like,
all
really?
right.
He's like, yeah. He's like, sometimes, dude. Especially when you're doing early development, there really isn't a consistent tone in the art. You're just kind of like smattering ideas out there. And then
Mm-hmm.
eventually they say, hey, we want it to look this, look that. And then everyone sort of falls into line and sort of like getting their work to sort of be cohesive across that look. Um, so, especially a lot of the early stuff, since it's so different, people would spend all the time going, that doesn't look like Han Solo. Like, that wasn't the point, Like, guys, these things have to be done. But you can't, I really wish they would explain the process to people more.
Right.
Like, from a company level, like Lucasfilm, Marvel, like, make high res videos, put them on everything. Play those before the movie so people understand the creative. The more they understand the creative process, the more respect they can have, the less bitching that occurs. Because the fans will go, "Hey, didn't you see the video? You look at what it does."
Yeah.
You know? Well, I think they should go this way. Well, then become a producer and shut up. You know what I mean? Like, you can give your opinion all day long, but
It's kind of like the fashion industry, you know, they'll have these runway shows and these outfits look insane. Like, you're like, no one would ever wear that. But that's just, they take that idea and then they water it down to an actual wearable, fashionable outfit that people actually get. So you take these crazy
element
ideas.
of it. Yeah, they take an
Yeah.
element of it and then work that out. Very
So
simple.
it's like internet's going crazy today for the new Captain Marvel Entertainment Weekly. You know, put out all the images from set of the scrolls and everything.
Yeah, I saw it.
So
That's good. Did you see the Nick Fury?
yeah, with 2 eyes.
Yeah, looking kind of young.
We'd all look younger if we had a nice set of full hair, you know? Me especially.
I'm amazed now at how many people when they meet me go, "You're gray." Like, you know, like women too. Like
Yeah.
for all the talk about body shaming, the minute they go, "You're really grayer than I thought." I'm like, "How you doing?"
Yeah.
I got it at the wedding I went to. From the bride.
Oh jeez.
I was like,
You had to take that one on the chin. You're just like, yep.
I was like, hey, I'm working on my Miyazaki. That's what I tell him.
I at the draft, my buddy who I've known since birth, it was his draft, and his dad showed up, which he usually does, and he like, I hear him like talking, but I'm like, I know he's talking about me. I'm like, talking shit over there, and he goes, I can't. He's like, I can't. I didn't realize you were so bald. Like, you're completely like, it's all gone. How long you been shaving your head? I'm like, I've been shaving my head for like 3 years completely. Like, he's like, yeah, but I thought your hair came back, and I'm like, yeah, and then it went away again. It just happened. But I'm like, people are like,
I've
you know, it's
never
like,
understood why people care so much. Hey, you're getting older. Hey, we all are, fucktards. Like, I don't, it's like as if people just started getting old.
right,
Their
or
whole lives, they've never seen anyone age.
right.
Themselves included. Hey, you used to be a fetus. You know? Like,
Or another one I like is, I mean, I know you've had this, but people don't realize how tall me and you are. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't realize you were so tall, Brandon. I was like, how did you not realize that when I'm towering over all of you? And like, yeah, well, usually I see you're sitting down, or you're a bigger guy, so I just don't think you're that tall. And then it's like we post that picture of me and you next to Ashley, and we're both like just up there. It's just, I was like, same thing that happened at the draft. I was like sitting there at a bar stool, and then I stood up, and I was like the tallest one there. Like, oh, I didn't realize you're so tall. I'm like, do I look like I'm tiny? Like, it just, so maybe it's because people don't pay attention. I don't know. Because you're what? You're 6'2", a little over 6'2", something like that. And I'm like just about, I want to say 6'1". I'm right about there, give or take. I know I'm over 6 foot, so I would just say 6 to 6'1".
I don't understand all these conversations. There are things you can't control. You can't control how tall you are. You can't control your height.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe that's why it's okay to constantly bag on them. No, you can't control your race. No, people bag on that too.
Right.
You know? But they don't want to hear you talking about their religion or their choice in food.
Right? Don't you dare.
You know, hey man, you didn't infringe upon my right. Hey, wait, that's a choice. Like that we can't make fun of. But the shit you have no control over, like aging. Whatever. It's just my crazy logic again, Brandon. Just kind of overthinking.
I guess it doesn't help that both my brothers are like 5'5", 5'6". So, I tell them, at least you got a full set of hair. And they're always like, oh, I'd lose some hair for your height. I'm like, no, trust me. I'd love to wake up and not have to like comb my hair.
You want to know something, Brandon? Women don't care about the hair thing. But it has been scientifically proven that they care about the height.
Yes. So luckily, no one could usually see the top of my head. Yeah. So Jessica said, she's like, I didn't even care you were bald. She's like, I'm just glad when you stood up, you were way taller than me. I was like, really? She's like, oh yeah. She's like, I would have just kept on walking. It's like, geez, all right.
Yeah, I don't. As people, you care. I started getting gray hair in fucking high school, man. I had a very stressful childhood, so I was like,
Right? Yeah, me too. I get
they,
it in my beard.
they were like, oh, you got gray. I'm like, perfect. I want the Steve Martin. Let me go as early as possible, so no one really.
Yeah, I tried to tell Jessica, I was like, I got this Ra's al Ghul patch in my beard, right? It's like a one thick white streak on the right side around the chin. And last night I was like, hey, what if I just dye the whole thing white? And she's like, no. She's like, not yet. I was like, come on, let me just go Silver Fox. And then so I went to, she was dyeing her hair. And so I put on some gloves and I just ran through her hair and I just brushed the part of my beard that's white with the dark hair dye. And she just turns around and it's already started changing color. I'm like, there you go. I'm good. So now it just looks like a faded color. And I'm like, the white's gonna come back as soon as I buzz it off. I was like, I'd rather go full white with my beard. I'd rather just done.
That is
It's
what it
like,
is. What can you do?
oh, Armando left. Bye, Armando. I don't know if he's
20
gone
minutes
already.
ago.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, but he'll rewatch this and he'll be like, hey, they said goodbye to me. Those guys are
Yeah,
nice.
I already did 20 minutes ago.
Right, but I didn't.
No, I didn't. You didn't hear me say goodbye because you're in your own world.
I'm in my world of apple juice and cough drops right now, so and I don't have any other
You're really
medicine.
better
So
just getting some ginger, honey, and lemon, bro.
I have, I think, like one of those things. So, and I don't have a car, so I'd have to wait for
It
the
works
wife to leave
so
work.
much better than using those fucking cough drops. I'm just letting you know.
Well, it's what I have at the moment.
Oh. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't remember what fucking did I use. Sometimes, yeah. I was gonna stream yesterday, dude, but I've been Crash Plan stopped doing like backups for normal people. They only this business plan, and so
Mhm.
if you were already in, they gave you this business plan for nothing. It was like $2 for the year, but it's gonna go up to like 100 something. It's some crazy fucking number. And I got like 3 different computers. I'm like, I'm not. This is, you know, mm, So I looked around. And I can go back to Carbonite, which I was so on, and then Backblaze has been getting some great reviews. So I'm like, oh, I'll do that. And so I started updating, and it was working. So I'm like, all right. So I put all the computers on there, and then I'm like, I'll just turn it off when I stream. And for one of these fucking computers in my house, just could not turn it off. Even though I was turning it off, it was still going. So I finally had to go in the throttle settings and figure out what computer it was. But it was like this is what happened the other night. It went on like 8 times, and they were like, "What's going on?" So I would stream it, and I was getting like my normal upload speeds, and then they were getting cut in half like immediately. So I was like, "That's not good." My wife is headed home. It's always a good time when they're like coming home early. You're like, "Oh, that means I'm gonna hear it." Never know. Sometimes it's WoW related though. She goes, "Oh, I just came home early because nothing to do." I was like, "Okay." Happens. How's the pixel art going?
Nothing's going in this house. Nah, I'll be back on track. Do you have any commissions after the Sonic one? Or is this like the
Nope.
only one you have right now?
I'm gonna finish this and then, like, I got plenty of people asking me for them, but I gotta figure out how I want to do it. Like, I definitely need to do smaller versions,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I need to also work in some digital stuff. So what I'll probably do is alternate between digital and some digital stuff and painting or something.
All right.
I don't know.
Do you think you'll have time to eventually get around to using the airbrush stuff?
Yep.
That'll be cool to see.
I don't know. My goal with that is very minor. It's just like using it to do maybe a background or just to kind of haze over things. I don't know yet. You know, using a airbrush base with color pencil then gives you that, Struzan look. But
Right.
all my pencil textures give me a look too. So
Right. I
and
know.
so I don't know, Brandon.
Yeah. I mean, some artists use it well and some use it bad. I've seen like what's his name, Ben Oliver. I think he does that where he'll throw down some lines and then he'll throw some airbrush just solid color over it and then go back and do the Struzan colored pencil look. Looks pretty
Yeah, his
cool,
stuff
but
is dope. The only
sometimes it
thing
turns out
with that is I really try to put my own designs into. A lot of that's
right.
like human faces, right?
Yeah, a
Which
lot of
is smart because he
realistic.
makes a lot of work. I'm not,
Yeah,
But these versions of of these characters that I do have gotten me character design work.
correct.
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Yeah,
looking for work. The only work I can get with that is either maybe if they wanted to do some sketch cards or cover. Maybe Disney doesn't. I mean, DC isn't really hiring cover artists. It doesn't really work that way. But if you do your own stupid versions of what, like the Joker and Batman, you can end up with the statue, right?
hmm
So you see, Brandon, like it's that thing. So it's like I like that look. It's fucking dope. It's just for me, it's like what I gotta go where if I'm batting for the impossible, then the impossible I want is character design, right?
hmm
Because that's the thing that I'm the most, you know, the shapes and stuff. So, but yeah, it's all good stuff, dude. I follow him, dude. His work is dope. But these pencil textures, I mean, I have I don't know how many people are doing this. So I kind of have my own look too. So I don't know quite. And I keep thinking, well, what about the backgrounds? Like, well, I have the distressing for that. So, hmm. What I'm thinking with the airbrush, it's more like for bigger areas, right? Like if I wanted to
Uh-huh.
do something much bigger than this, like I can, or even like with the sketch covers, like it might be something where I can do that base on the sketch cover, let it dry, and then, you know, I don't know yet. But then again, I could just do color pencil. So I got it. I'll do some experiments and see what sort of interests me. But I think right now the thing I kind of have to focus on is just being able to produce more. So people would like to see more. So hedging bets. I think they're. I don't know. Because I still have to do saucies and stuff every now and then too. There's a whole group of people that prefer that. I think in my mind, there's a way to mix the airbrush with the saucy,
That'd be cool.
so it's dripping, but then it has this. I don't know. Maybe a drip base, and then like
Right.
an airbrush on top. I don't know. My dog's wigged out. Got the guy downstairs putting in the new trim and the noises. I know the noises. You don't like them. But maybe that's the thing. Maybe the thing is to just do an airbrush base and then color pencil over it. Eat up a lot of. I don't know. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Luke.
It's like in my free time I've been experimenting with on the wood, right? So if I just do
Hmm.
the color pencil straight on the wood, I can get some results. And then you have to use the fixative and then the varnish. But then I was reading that even on these pre-made wood things, you should probably use a sealer before you start. 2 coats of sealer. Well, I tried that, and you can't draw on that fucking sealer for nothing. I'm like the
Just
one that's
slides.
got an acrylic, it slides. It just, like it's
Uh,
just mush. There's nothing you can do to it. So it's like that's not gonna work. Like I think that sealer's for if you're putting a gesso base down to begin with. Yeah, what's up, second? So let me open up my reference file here. Do you like when programs minimize, but they don't want to pop up? Like they think they're popping up. They're somewhere off the monitor just barely, so they think they're being visible.
right.
It literally was hidden on the top corner of my other monitor. It's hilarious.
So I just saw this, and I figure I'll ask you if it's true. Quentin Tarantino's going to direct the next Star Trek movie?
No, Brandon. Where are you reading this stuff?
I don't know. It popped up on something. I figured it was clickbait.
So didn't we talk about this?
No.
So unless some official announcement has been made today, what happened was he went on a podcast and they asked him if he'd ever do Star Wars. He said, Star Wars is cool, but his jam was always classic Star Trek.
Okay.
And then he had a whole thing he would do with Star Trek. And so then JJ hit him up. And then they went down to Paramount and he pitched his ideas for a Star Trek thing. And normally Tarantino writes all of his stuff, but he's in the middle of he's currently shooting another film right now. I assure you, writing and shooting Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So they hired a screenwriter to develop his idea into a further script that he may or may not direct, or someone else will at some point. The last thing
Gotcha.
that's currently been in production is Star Trek 4, which they say has been held up due to contract negotiations. And they
Right.
have a director for that. It was a female director. So,
Oh.
well, forgive me if I don't memorize her name offhand. So that's it. But must be a
Gotcha.
slow news day, so they're just trying to,
Yeah.
regurgitate stuff unless some brand new. I seriously doubt he would make an announcement while he's filming another film.
Right.
Like he likes to talk, so he probably would be given the whole spiel. Da 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 da. Always, that's how he does. So then they're like, "Well, what does Star Trek Tarantino thing look like? It'd be too dark." I'm like, "Did you ever see the Mirror Universe? Do you know what that is?"
No.
The
Hey,
Mirror
Psycho.
Universe is another universe in Star Trek where everything's upside down, and I think the Romulans won, and Klingons
So
rule
it's
and
pretty
shit.
wild.
Like it's pretty evil little version. So there's plenty of precedence in Star Trek for dark, violent storylines. If you haven't seen Deep Space Nine or a bunch of, I mean, shit, the Borg alone came from. I mean, I don't want to,
Right. That'd be pretty cool though to like if they even just if they title what'd you say it's called the Mirrorverse?
Mhm.
Mirrorverse. They just had that at Star Trek Mirrorverse, and it's just like the darker, bleak type world. That'd be cool. But I'm a fan of like that type of stuff, just like X-Men: Age of Apocalypse, not the movie, but the book type stuff. I like when they take stuff that's and they do these Elseworlds and darker stuff, just like Batman versus Superman when he's in the trench coat goggles in the darker world, and I'm like, yeah, give me some of that. So excuse me.
Hey, get these skin tones done. Two.
Ouch. Tech asked, did you see that Henry Cavill is going to be, I don't know the guy's name, girl at in the Witcher Netflix series?
It's Gerald.
I don't know. I don't play the game.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you think of that, Rob?
He looks the bill. So we'll see. It's a good vehicle for him to show off what he can do acting wise. I've still yet to see him. I think the best range of emotion he's had in a movie was The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
I
Yeah.
don't knock him in Mission Impossible because that role was the role. It was based on less talking and stuff. Um, so hey, look, I'm excited. I really hope they knock this series out the park. If they do, you're gonna enjoy it. But we'll see. Good casting though. He'll definitely have the physical presence against monsters and shit, which
Right. Yeah, I mean he's decent in shape. He's a decent sized guy. I mean, it's not like he's shooting any Superman stuff right now to get in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, well, man, I'll believe any of that shit when he appears in movies. I've heard all the stuff. I've listened to everything. I know Revenge of the Fans and Collider and Campia and Double Toasted. I listen to them all, man. At the end of the day, I'll believe anything once it's fucking on in a film. You know?
Right.
When it comes to DC, I just, it's just whatever, or Time Warner movies, whatever they're doing over there, they don't, I don't know. You know? Makes a lot of sense he would be in Shazam or have guest appearance, but who cares? Like seriously. I just don't. I don't. Look, if you told me, hey man, Pepper Potts is gonna be in Spider-Man 2, great. I don't. You understand what I mean? It doesn't make me want to see the movie more.
Right.
You know, I'm looking forward to the movie. Oh, great, that's awesome. But hey, whatever. You know, what makes me want to go see a Superman is if Superman's in a Superman movie. Like that makes me excited. So until they make up a fucking Superman movie, oh well. You know, I'm not gonna be hankering for the 3 minute scene he's in or the minute and a half scene he's in with Shazam or Aquaman or whoever the fuck else. Like I just, it's not why I go to theaters, man. I mean, we all want to be excited, but that company doesn't seem to know what they're doing. They're making a Joker movie that's in a world where there's no bad. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like I just,
Right.
you know, I don't understand that company. I don't think it's so hard, and I don't understand the company.
Pretty much.
Yeah, double toast, it's fun. I like them because they're definitely they give their own opinions. They're not just regurgitating talk of the talk of the day. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
whatever the talking points are. Like
I don't know what you're talking about, but I assume you do.
I do,
I haven't watched it, so.
I do. Did you listen to Chris McQuarrie's interview over at Empire Magazine? It's 6 hours long. That's worth
Jeez.
listening to. Talking about the making of Fallout. That's the stuff I listen to. Like I'm really kind of pushing away from a lot of the film fan pundit stuff just because most of them don't know as much as me. So it's just like
None of us
I'm
do,
not
Rob.
like Double Toast. At least they give me their take on something. It's hilarious. Like Stern, right? But a lot of these people are talking about, well, you know, I mean, reshoots mean this and that. I'm like, what the fuck do you know about? Hmm. You know. And Kyle was
Yeah.
asking me the other night. He goes, "Hey man, you still up for that golf cart thing?" I'm like, "Dude, you get this fucking gig directing. I'm driving the fucking golf cart. That's my dream Hollywood gig." I told Kyle, he becomes a director. I'm driving you around in that golf cart. Get shorty style, man. It's gonna be
Sign
me.
me up for something.
It's gonna be me.
I can be snack guy.
He's like, you know, you think you'd push for like a art thing? No, 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 no. I want to drive the golf cart.
Sounds about right. I'm gonna go lay down for a bit.
All right.
You'll be on later, right? If I pop back up,
I'll
or
be
you
on
gotta be
for
doing
till
stuff.
6.
Oh. All right, I'll just hit you up probably tomorrow. My head's feeling heavy.
Okay.
All right. Bye, Psycho, Luke, and everybody else that was on the chat. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Later. Chris McQuarrie, director of Mission Impossible Fallout. They did a 3-part piece on Empire Magazine's podcast. It's parts 1 and 3 are the actual interviews with him. Part 2 is just their personal review of the movie. But I would listen to that. 6 hours of stuff. For free. Oh, nice. Anything in particular? Typography is tedious. I'm only here for Brandon. Oh well. Gonna have to go. Yeah, if I had to put a bid on any one of them, I would just say go with the UX. The only thing my typography skills help me with these days are t-shirts, and that's just a dying industry. Give me a second. What do you mean little chunk next to his nose? That's just a texture I drew, man. It's not gonna be anything. It's just surface thing that it's just stuff I had draw. How are the Mega Visions guys treating? They're fine. It's a little bit of a trick getting them onto a. They're used to doing this thing digitally, so they can just turn their shit in at the last second. And so, like, it's like, hey guys, you know. So, I'm used to working with that because of Dave, but at the same time, so I've created a system where I do whatever, and then it's up to their copy editor to figure out how to make their shit fit. You know, so I'm not changing the layout, and they're not changing the places for the text. So if they underwrite, they got to write more. I mean, I give them like estimated word counts, you know. So it's going fine. It's just going to take like 3 or 4 issues to kind of get it all rolling. They've used to just, with the digital one, they overwrote. Yay, it's digital. You get more pages, but we don't have that. So it's a learning process. So I should be done with all the stuff I need to do, minus the cover art next week. And then with the cover art, I'm gonna do something different with that. So I've been doing the real intricate shit, but I got other stuff to do, you know. So I'm gonna be doing the like scribbly style, like the stuff you saw with the young blood. So I can cut my drawing and coloring time down to a half, if not a third. Scribbly style. We're doing a lot of the scribbly styles. All the remaining work I'm doing on PowerPrints is going to be scribbly. So because I got to move on with life. That's you not even trying. Well, I'm trying. It's just you do the construction, you kind of get enough worked in, and then you just do the coloring. Like that's it. I'm not gonna sit there and overwork too much, you know. As long as the faces are good. I spent a little bit of time on the faces, but everything else, I just think at this point, we'll see how it turns out. But I think it'll be enough, you know, based on what people have been saying to me. We'll see. But I did a piece for a client that took 300 hours to get done, and I'm not in the mood to do that with pieces anymore, you know? Like, here and there, I get it, you know? Here and there, I get it. Now, the profit took a little bit, not to draw it, but to design the armor, because I wanted to mix that plaid Mobius armor with the feel and color and tone of his original purple and gold. So that took a little bit to like work out. But that's more in the character design. But the shaft I got done super fast. So I was like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. Got this done in a reasonable amount of time. Well, the war is mostly scribbled. I mean, it's more detailed because the armor set, you know. The armor makes it a little difficult, but it's gonna get more scribbly, yeah. So with death, I'm just gonna plow through as much as I can. But I mean, the war isn't as tightly drawn as you might think. So it's just figuring out all those armor pieces, just you know. So I'm going to do as much as I can to keep it consistent. The thing is consistency across that stuff, but Nope. Just this one. I'm not taking any commissions until I'm done with this. I still have to do tails once I get this background done. Not for a while. Who knows? With climate change, who knows when the winter will come? No, it's autumn. Winter doesn't. I mean, it won't. Maybe Christmas time. So it's not even autumn yet, bro. Leaves don't start falling until October. So you get like a month and a half of that. Hey, what's up, Dread? Later. Thanks, Red. All right, so I'm gonna leave it off here, and then when I come back, I'll try to work on it for. Actually, tomorrow I can't have an appointment. I don't know. I don't know what time. Soonish we'll come back and work on this. Okay, how about that? I can promise soon. So, but it's getting there. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Talk later. Peace.